Hello everyone and welcome back. So this is a pretty interesting 2v2 I did with Admiral Price. Mostly this battle I'm showing it because of the monks. Not only how good they are now, but ways to deal with them too. So anyway, we are Forest Goldie, one of my favorite maps with the 3 best capturable buildings. But let's look at my setup. It's not a katana core. This idea, I heard about it from chrisgrimm to deal with warrior monks because surprise, surprise, almost every battle I've fought lately has been against warrior monks. It's sort of turning into the new matchlock lone sword spam, and it sucks. So I brought this build for sort of anti-Nagi monks. Up here, front line of 4 Yari Ashigaru. Right behind them is 4 bow samurai, and then 2 katana samurai and 2 katana cavalry. So basically the point is, put my Yari Ashigaru, who are all fresh by the way, into spear wall and let the monks just grind down against them while shooting them with bows and putting the katanas wherever they need to go. The cavalry is just there sort of, I guess, to block charges. In that sense, I should have brought Yari cavalry instead of katana cavalry. But oh well. Let's look at my enemy here. I'm going to be focusing on the battle between me and him because of the monks. We have, there's a Yari Ashigaru. Then we have 1, 2, 3, is this a, no, it's a bow. 3 Nagi monks right there, a bow monk, a Yari hero, or is that the, yeah, that's the Yari hero, and then just a Yari Ashigaru there. So anyway, excuse me, the 2 sides are just going to kind of move up to capture their buildings as usual. So I was actually hoping he would sit there by the sword dojo so I could thin him out with arrows early. So his build looks like it's almost entirely infantry. He has 1 cavalry unit that's coming off over here, so I'll have to watch him, but mostly infantry. Now when you're fighting somebody who's just going to bring a lot of monks, mostly, he only has 5 infantry units. One of those is a Yari hero, then 3 Nagi monks, and a Yari Ashigaru. You just got to grind them down because you can't break warrior monks anymore. Just like they kind of were in April, you can't count on breaking them, and in that sense, cavalry is obsolete against Nagi monks, and if people start just spamming Nagi monks like they did with the matchlocks and lone swords, cavalry will be obsolete. Now think about that. There will be no point to bringing cavalry because you cannot break them, as I'll show you. You have to kill them. You have to kill every last one of them. Even if they're being shot by arrows, hammered and anvil, and the generals out of the radius are dead, they will not break. You can't break them. So the point of cavalry is to cause morale shocks, right? They don't really kill that many in the charges. I mean, they do, but against a spear unit, where they're just going to get mowed down once they start pulling out for another charge, you can't count on the cavalry to kill them, so there's really no point in bringing cavalry. What you're going to want to do is just bring a lot of infantry and bows and just grind them down, because you're going to have to kill every last one of them. Even if they're down to like 20 men, they'll still be steady. It's ridiculous. And a lot of this I've already said back in my early videos against the Nagi monks, like in my famous video, Eat Shit Spammers. But those same problems are coming back, which sucks because right now the game is pretty much perfectly balanced. Besides the monk thing, it's really great right now, barring any weird developments in the any new units that are getting overpowered. So anyway, I'm just putting my my spears up here to just kind of be a wall, and I'm just gonna try and grind this guy out in ranged combat. I'm helping out Admiral Price here capture the workshop. So we have the shrine in the workshop right now, and I'll triple speed. It's just kind of a slow battle. I guess we'll look at the other sides too. Admiral Price is up here with basically a lot of infantry. He has the 1 bow Ashigaru, but then just a lot of attendants and katana samurai. So just some nice, just a lot of melee in this one. He's got a couple, I think these are just light cavalry. Yeah, they're both light cavalry. So anyway, Black is going to respond by sending his cavalry over here too. I decided to attack him here, which is probably a bad idea because these are both Yari. Actually, one is a Yari and one is a naginata monk cavalry, so they're going to have the big bonus against my cavalry, so it's probably not a good idea to engage his cavalry with my cavalry. But I did have my bows, and I was going to try and get my bows down there to engage him as well. So does Admiral Price has his cavalry around too. So see, they're just going to be wavering there, and you really don't want katana cavalry fighting other spear cavalry because they will pretty much lose. This one's pretty much fine, but this one is down to 12 men, so shows how well that works. There's also a bow cavalry over here. So there's basically a cavalry meta battle going on in the middle, which is kind of cool. I have my bows coming down. I only brought 1 down there, but I should have brought them all in hindsight since black is not moving from that hill over there. So I'm bringing down my my bow samurai to kind of fight here. That's when I start moving the rest of my bows to try and thin out all this cavalry, because I figure that I don't really need my cavalry to win this battle because it's against Nagi monks, and so they're going to be near useless. So just using them to kill the cavalry is actually a pretty good use of them. So it wasn't that bad of a usage to get my katana cavalry into the fight. So as we can see, they're both down to about half, 28 and 33 men. There's still a Yari hero, though, who's capturing the workshop. We're going to need the buildings to win this battle because of just the other guy over here. This guy's like all naginatas, not monks. He has one naginata monk. The rest are just like samurai and attendants, besides these two bow monks. So a lot of melee over there on that side between Price and his enemy. So his Yari heroes there. I'm trying to shoot into the Yari hero to maybe kill a few. I didn't succeed. I didn't kill a single Yari hero, which is a little disappointing. After volley, you didn't kill a single one. But so they're just down there watching. I'll just triple speed. The beginning of this battle was a little slow. Let's see, just moving on my front line, everything. So black finally starts moving. He's coming around the rear of my force. Admiral Price had a bow cavalry, and he was on this side trying to thin out these Nagi monks. He does a pretty good job. This one's down to 103. This one's at 119. So I get some preemptive casualties there among the monks, which you always want those. Bow cavalry is a great unit to use against monks, especially if the enemy is just kind of spamming monks, and that's like all they have. Then you can really tear them apart before the battle starts. So Bocav is probably going to be a very valuable unit in this post-patch world. I heard the Nagi monks being buffed so much was a glitch, and they didn't really intend them to be buffed like that, but since we haven't heard anything about it and there hasn't been a hotfix or anything, I'm beginning to think that it was intended, and they did want to rebuff the monks, which is unfortunate, because they were just fine the way they were. And if anything, you know, they might have been a little underpowered, but look, they still had Naginatas, making them very versatile, and they still had good stats, and they still had Warcry, which is a great ability, which also got buffed, I hear. So anyway, this Nagi monk's coming around the rear. He's trying to kind of pincer me. He's got one moving over here. So I'm going to put my Yaris on this side to fight these two warrior monks. My katanas are going to be kind of setting up too, and now I'm just kind of waiting. I'm sending a katana cavalry just right at the bows here. They're going to animate him waste a whistle. Oh, no, that was my whistling arrow, my bad. So my bows are also going to be shooting into his bows, trying to take those out early. No real use for my cavalry against an army of monks. They're really kind of obsolete against monks, so using them to take out the bows is really the only usage I'm going to get out of them. I really should have brought Yari cavalry, probably, because they have the better charge, but, you know, can't do much about that now. So Admiral Price is getting kind of stuck around here with this Yari here. I've been shooting into him with some bows too. They're finally going to take down that Yari hero at 7 men. Still confident. So Admiral Price and his enemy are just kind of squaring off over here. I've engaged over here. The war cry is out, and they're running into my my spear wall now. I'm having my bow samurai just shoot into the monks, killing as many of them as possible. Sending my katana samurai around to kind of flank over here. So this is where I made a big mistake, though. I just forgot. I sent this katana samurai to help kill the Yari hero, and I just forgot about him. Now, if I had this katana samurai up in the battle, I probably would have done a lot better, but I still ended up doing good. Now watch this. This unit's wavering down to 64 men, but now he's back to shaken. He has cavalry behind him. He's just getting torn down to half health. He's wavering again. But he's not going to rout. My melee general is behind him. My katana samurai is now trying to tear down this monk, but there he goes, back into orange morale, inexplicably. Still at 58. Now I'm going to try and hammer an anvil here against this Nagi monks down to 92 men. My Yari Ashigaru is just getting destroyed down to 30 men, and there they go, shattered. We have bows and bows just pouring into these Nagi monks, but they are still fine. Look, they're surrounded here by these Yari Ashigaru, still in yellow morale, though. They're still doing good, down to 49 men. Watch a samurai unit in that position. They will not be standing and fighting. It's these Nagi monks who are down. This one's down to 71. He's now going to be attacking this Yari Ashigaru, who sadly was facing the wrong way when they got attacked, but not much I can do there. Yari Ashigaru here in Spear Wall, and so it's just Nagi Monk versus Katana Samurai. But Katana Samurai seems to be winning, though. But look, with Whistling Arrows down to 59 men, still in the green. for this Nagi. My Katana Samurai actually has less morale, even though he has 40 more men in the unit. There we go, another hammer and anvil into the Nagi monk, down to 37 men, getting hammered and anviled, 34, and still wavering. That's not broken. He is still fighting. Same thing with this one over here, who's down to 32, 28. There they go, finally shattered with 25 men left. So you can't rely on the morale shocks to kill Nagi monks. As you can see, I was just hammer and anviling with my melee general, who has bonsai active even, into the backs of these Nagi monks, and you cannot rout them through morale shocks. There they go, finally shattering. You have to kill them. They're down to 22 men. You have to kill pretty much every last one of them to win. So I ended up beating Black over here pretty well. His monks are gone, except for this one, who is at 45 men. They're still steady though, very tired. These Yari-Ashigaru are also just about to rout too. They're down to 64 men. And they don't even have the shrine. Keep that in mind. I did have the shrine, and I had the productive rice paddy. We still saw a little shattering on my side from one of my Yari-Ashigaru. But still, yeah, they are Ashigaru. You can't really depend on it. But these are just straight monks. The general isn't even... Oh, yeah, he is. But he will actually pull back. He'll start wavering and pull back. And we'll see this Nagi monk is at 32 men right now. So all these bows just pouring into these monks. This is a good way to win. Thanks for chrisgrimm for suggesting this kind of strategy. Yari-Ashigaru and Spearwall are actually really resilient. I was very impressed. These are not veteran Yari-Ashigaru, and I only buffed their morale with the productive rice paddy. So if you got some upgraded Yari-Ashigaru vets, you could do quite well. You know what? I'm pretty sure this replay is corrupted, because I think all these Yari-Ashigaru is shattered. That's why they're not moving. I'm pretty sure this got corrupted. But this... Oh man, this is totally corrupted. Man, how are you supposed to... Now I can't even remember if it actually played out like that. Because I thought I was pretty beat up by the end of this. But it looks like I have like all my units. Yeah. Yeah, this got corrupted. I don't think I had 4 bows either at this point. I don't even remember. But it was pretty accurate up through all the monk stuff, which is what I wanted to show. So this battle is just completely screwed on the replay. So I'm actually just going to end it here. There's still a lot left, but I'm just going to end it here. So that's my little spiel on monks. It's a good way to beat them with this strategy. Spear walls and lots of bows. It's pretty much the only way to do it. Or a lot of melee spam with high-quality infantry. But the bows are really the ones that are going to tear them up. Their low armor will just get them torn up by bows. Bow monks may be a little better. I still like bow samurai, and I always will. I appreciate their stand-and-fight ability in melee when I go with like a katana core. They make great distractions. But if you're really dedicated to killing warrior monks, then get the bow monks. But I still like my samurai. I don't want to vet them up, so I use them. Yeah, this replay is totally corrupt. These units down here, they weren't... This is totally corrupt. So, anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.